Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Yeah, we're here to announce another one. 2023 is not getting off to a good start. Another legend has left the building. Sadly, we lost today on January 19, 2023. David Van Cortlandt Crosby, otherwise known as David Crosby, born in 1941, August 14th, as a matter of fact, in Los Angeles, California. He leaves us today at the age of 81 after a short illness. David Crosby, dead at age 81. Of course, David Crosby, a member of the very, very successful Crosby, Stills, Nash, and eventually Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. They would kind of flip-flop over the years with and without Neil Young. Lots of solo albums, lots of albums with Mr. Nash, lots of other projects. Also a founding member of the Byrds, right? So one of the seminal 1960s American psychedelic folk rock, pop, country rock acts, right? The Byrds kind of did a little bit of everything. Very groundbreaking band. He remained in that band for a few years and 5 studio albums before, of course, moving on and eventually into Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. David Crosby, I don't pretend to know a ton about his life, but I've read enough books and things to know that it was a difficult one for him, right? Lots of success over the years, but a lot of tragedy. He lost some loved ones very close to him. One of those guys that probably, when you really think about it, miraculously made it to age 81 because he was not well for a long time, suffered lots of health issues in more recent years, and of course many years and decades of problems with heroin and cocaine, right? I mean, he had the drug abuse is absolutely legendary, but somehow he made it through all that and got clean, but all the years of abuse on his body paid a toll. I mean, he suffered greatly with diabetes, he had heart problems, and he had was a liver or kidney transplant, one or the other, I forget, and so he's David Crosby made it to 81. I think pretty lucky that we had him as long as we did. He's had lots of fallouts with former band members and whatnot. So it's like it's a rock star life that's filled with all sorts of just crazy stuff. But along the way, some great music, right? So, we'll talk a little bit about that here. So I figured I'll pull out some Byrds albums, of course, that he appeared on. So, Mr. Tambourine Man, where it all started. Okay, he was just a member of the band, just a co-singer and rhythm guitar player. And he followed that up with Turn, 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 of course, the legendary title track. The Byrds, again, groundbreaking band, just kind of came along at the right time. Like I said, blending what was then called psychedelic rock, folk, country, rock and roll. Little bits of jazz, little bits of blues, right? All the Rickenbacker guitars, 12-string guitars, lots of acoustic and electric guitars. As Tal is biting a bone below me. Fifth Dimension, another really cool album. And then you got Younger Than Yesterday. And then what would be the last studio album at this time that he would appear on with the Byrds, the Notorious Byrd Brothers. All sorts of issues happening during the sessions of this particular album, and he would leave the band. All right, of course, to move on to other things. Of course, those other things, he happened to start getting chummy with Graham Nash and eventually Stephen Stills, and they would put together the first Crosby, Stills, and Nash album, arguably the best stuff this trio ever did together, with or without Neil Young, arguably. Of course, you got Sweet Judy Blue Eyes on here, Wooden Ships, Long Time Gone, classic, timeless songs. Again, more in the kind of folk rock vein, right? But 3 immense talents, those wonderful vocal harmonies, the layers of acoustic guitars and electric guitars. Again, you got Stephen Stills, tremendous musician. Magic stuff. And of course, then Neil Young gets kind of thrown into the fray. And then we have Deja Vu, which comes out. For some people, they like this album even better. I wouldn't argue that. I think they're both pretty great. Carry On is on here, Teach Your Children, Woodstock, Deja Vu, the title track, Our House. Great stuff on here. Again, now you throw Neil Young's talents into the mix. Now you got these four guys. I mean, Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young became like bigger than life. And, all four of these guys, such huge personalities, all bringing their little thing to the table. And David Crosby, Crosby's vocals, always so sweet. Just what a great voice. Iconic look, with the big mustache and the long hair. He would wear the hat later on. And, of course, we get all these albums, right? And then, the crazy tours. There's all these stories about the tours. I mean, I was just reading this great Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young book, and they talk about, especially later on, they needed like a special room set up for David Crosby on later tours where he can go and kind of do his drugs and whatever just so he can actually make it through some of these shows. It's crazy stuff, right? I mean, this is just immense, the 1974 stuff. There's just so much here. Just crazy. And then, you got the other live album, right? And you've got the reunion stuff. I know, Tal. I know you're sad. I know you're sad. All this stuff, right? I mean, it's just there's great material we found in all of them. I've never owned any of the David Crosby solo stuff. I have heard there's plenty of good material spread out amongst those, which is possible. I'd love to hear some of them. But yeah, just a legendary figure who became such a part of the kind of like late 60s, early 70s, kind of like the whole rock and folk counterculture, around in California, and just such an iconic part of the whole scene. Hey, quiet. Yeah, just another legend. So another sad day, and he's gone. So I guess we've been lucky to have so many Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young reunions over the years, and there's probably not going to be one now. Although my guess is the other three will no doubt bond together and do some sort of a tribute to David Crosby, is my guess. But we'll see. Time will tell, right? Neil Young is always busy. And they're all getting up in age, so. But I think that would be the right thing to do. But but it's weird because they were kind of estranged from him for the last bunch of years. But because David was very outspoken about a lot of things. And David Crosby leaves us at age 81, January 19, 2023. So David, may you rest in peace, and our condolences here from Sea of Tranquility to all the family, friends, and fans of David Crosby. I know everybody's feeling a little bit hurt today, and we haven't quite yet got over Jeff Beck yet, right? And now this is here. So, 2023 is not starting off in a great way. So, rest in peace, David Crosby. And thanks for watching, everybody. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. All together, all the damn time. Go out and play those Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young albums and the Byrds albums and David Crosby solo, and celebrate the man and the music. Until next time, I am Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.